I'm going to kill myself tomorrow. Today we're talking about 2001's The Royal Tenenbaums. Royal Tenenbaums is all about this family of geniuses, Chaz, Margot, and Richie, and their parents, Royal and Ethelene Tenenbaum. And basically, the family falls apart because Royal sucks and he's a terrible dad. Then we get to see them 10 years later, maybe, something like that, and how their lives have progressed and become more awful. Eventually they all have to come back together for the wedding of Ethelene and Henry, and Royal tells everyone he's dying of cancer, and Richie's best friend Eli, who lived across the street their whole lives, is successful with his book, and Margot's married to Raleigh St. Clair, who is obsessed with studying this child, who has Asperger's, I think. Chaz has not been able to get over the death of his wife, so he's always prepared for emergency situations with his two sons and their dog. This movie is just really Wes's most popular film, and it's understandable because the cast is exceptional. It is very different from most of his casts. Like, he's got the Wilson brothers, and he's got Bill Murray, and he's got Anjelica Huston, but, you know, he has Alec Baldwin narrating, and Danny Glover playing Henry, and Gwyneth Paltrow as Margot, and Ben Stiller as Chaz, which is random but awesome, and Gene Hackman as Royal, which is so impressive. So he's just really got a very strong cast for this film. He really just works best when he's writing about a really just screwed up family, and that is what the Tenenbaums are. They're all just so distorted and so weird, and they all have secrets and lies that they tell each other, and there's Richie's suicide attempt, which is like so big because he doesn't do that in any of his other films. It was just such a heavy topic to like portray, and Wes just did it so gracefully and beautifully, and just the way he edited it so that you couldn't hear any sound coming from anything once Richie had tried to kill himself was just so beautiful. It's so visually appealing, and just the dialogue naturally is just wonderful, and while you wouldn't want a father like Royal, you'd want a mother like Ethelene because she's just so caring and interested in everything that's going on in your life. You can relate to it no matter who you are. You just resonate with them very heavily, and that's probably why it's so popular, because it's just easy to relate to, and Wes is a genius, and I love him. And the soundtrack, oh, the soundtrack. Christmas Time Is Here breaks my heart every time. This is also Wes's only film that includes any song by The Clash, which Margot is just a character that everybody wants to be if you're a girl, because she's so powerful and independent, yet really reliant on men and women and just some sort of person in her life. And it's just, she's great. And she hates her family. And you can't not love her unless you're like an emotionally stable human. And the symbolism of Mordecai and just like Chaz's severe daddy issues, there's something for everyone in the Royal Tenenbaums. And that is probably why it is Wes's most recognizable work.
They had put a fart machine into my sleeping bag.